Self-sabotage can seem like an irrational behavior, yet it often functions as a complex form of self-protection. Instead of merely asking why we engage in self-sabotaging behaviors, it is crucial to delve into what exactly we are shielding ourselves from when we do. Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard introduced the idea of the dizziness of freedom, which encapsulates the overwhelming feeling of possibility that accompanies newfound opportunities. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast horizon, stretching endlessly before you. This is the exhilarating yet terrifying nature of freedom. On one hand, freedom offers countless possibilities and paths to take. On the other hand, it brings responsibilities and the unknown, which can provoke anxiety. This anxiety can manifest in various ways when we are faced with significant life choices, such as starting a new job, pursuing a relationship, or moving to a new city. In these moments, our minds may instinctively retreat to safer ground, opting for self-sabotage as a way to cling to the familiar, a place where we feel less vulnerable and more in control. Reflect for a moment on a time when you were on the brink of achieving something important, yet found yourself holding back. Perhaps you procrastinated on a project or became preoccupied with trivial details, allowing these minor distractions to derail your progress. In many cases, this hesitation arises from a desire to avoid the dizzying uncertainty that comes with stepping into something new, something that feels intimidating or overwhelming. This is a common psychological response. We often prefer the discomfort of the familiar over the potential chaos of the unknown. Furthermore, philosopher Albert Camus argued that we live in an absurd world where our search for meaning often clashes with a universe that does not offer clear answers. In response to this absurdity, we create routines, rules, and expectations as a means to regain a sense of control over our lives. However, when our ambitions push us outside of these controlled spaces, self-sabotage can emerge as a coping mechanism, a way to pull us back into our comfort zones. Consider, for example, an individual who aspires to receive a promotion at work but suddenly starts to underperform or disengage right before their evaluation. This behavior, while seemingly counterintuitive, can be understood as an unconscious strategy to shield oneself from the anxiety of potential failure. It is much easier, after all, to stay within the familiar realm of what we already know than to venture into the unknown, where the outcome is uncertain and possibly disappointing. We all establish these controlled environments, our comfort zones, where we know what to expect. Yet, stepping outside of them can feel like a significant threat to our sense of security. Ironically, by holding back, we maintain the comfort of knowing precisely where we stand, even if that comfort limits our potential and growth. Friedrich Nietzsche offered another important perspective. To create something meaningful in our lives, we must confront and overcome our old self. This can be particularly challenging when we hold deep-seated beliefs about our worthiness, beliefs that tell us we do not deserve success, happiness, or love. In such cases, self-sabotage becomes a way of staying in alignment with these negative self-perceptions. This is often when our inner critic becomes the loudest, that nagging voice whispering doubts just when we are about to take a leap of faith into new territory. Self-sabotage can feel like a way of confirming what we subconsciously believe about ourselves. If we think we are unworthy or inadequate, it seems safer to avoid proving ourselves wrong. This creates a vicious cycle of self-doubt and missed opportunities. The more we fail to pursue opportunities, the more we reinforce our negative beliefs, leading to further self-doubt and less confidence in our abilities. For instance, consider someone who has the potential to excel in their career, but consistently procrastinates on important projects due to a fear of inadequacy. They may believe deep down that they lack the skills necessary to succeed, which leads to inaction that only confirms their fears. Each time they delay or avoid taking action, they deepen their belief in their inadequacy, creating a cycle that becomes increasingly difficult to break. To break this cycle of self-sabotage, it is helpful to implement some actionable strategies. First, Start by acknowledging the fear that underlies your self-sabotaging behavior. When you feel yourself holding back, take a moment to reflect on what you might be protecting yourself from. Naming the fear can significantly reduce its power over you. Are you afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown? Recognizing the root of your fear is the first step in moving past it and allowing yourself to embrace new opportunities. For instance, if you hesitate to apply for a new job, acknowledge that you might be afraid of rejection or of not being good enough for the role. Understanding this fear can help you confront it directly, rather than allowing it to dictate your actions. Second, question your inner critic when doubts arise. Evaluate whether your beliefs about yourself are based on evidence or are simply thoughts you've internalized over time. Challenge these beliefs and try to reframe your inner dialogue. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," try telling yourself, "I may not know everything, but I can learn and grow through this experience." This shift in mindset can help to mitigate the negative impact of self-sabotage. For example, if you are preparing for a presentation and the thought, "I'll embarrass myself," surfaces, counter it with, "I've prepared for this, and I can handle any questions that arise." By reframing your thoughts, you create a more empowering narrative for yourself. Third, embrace the unknown in small steps. Instead of jumping headfirst into a significant change, take small, manageable actions that gradually push your boundaries. This approach allows you to build confidence over time, making it easier to face larger challenges in the future without resorting to self-sabotage. For example, if you want to improve your public speaking skills, start by speaking in small group settings before addressing larger audiences. This gradual exposure can help you acclimate to new situations without feeling overwhelmed. Additionally, seek support from friends, family, or mentors who can provide encouragement and hold you accountable as you work toward your goals. Having someone believe in you can make a significant difference in overcoming self-sabotage. It's often easier to take risks when we know we have a support system cheering us on. Practicing self-compassion is also crucial when addressing self-sabotage. Be gentle with yourself when you slip into these behaviors. Recognize that everyone struggles with feelings of inadequacy at times. Instead of berating yourself, treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would for a friend who is experiencing similar struggles. For instance, if you find yourself procrastinating rather than saying, "I'm such a failure," acknowledge, "It's okay, I'm human. I can get back on track." This compassionate self-talk can help you overcome the negative feelings that often accompany self-sabotage. Another effective strategy is to visualize your success. Take time to imagine yourself achieving your goals and the steps you need to take to get there. Visualization creates a mental blueprint that can make the prospect of success feel more attainable and realistic. For example, before a big meeting or presentation, spend a few minutes visualizing yourself speaking confidently and handling questions effectively. This mental rehearsal can help alleviate anxiety and improve performance. Understanding self-sabotage is a crucial step toward personal growth. By acknowledging our fears, questioning our inner critics, and taking small, manageable steps, we can begin to break free from the patterns that hold us back. The next time you find yourself in a self-sabotaging situation, take a deep breath and ask yourself, "What am I protecting myself from?" This simple yet profound question can lead to deeper insights and help you face those fears with compassion and curiosity. Remember, you are not alone in this struggle. Many people encounter similar challenges, and it is entirely possible to change your narrative. The journey of overcoming self-sabotage is not a straight path, but each step forward is a victory, no matter how small. By adopting a growth mindset and embracing the discomfort that comes with change, you can gradually dismantle the barriers that self-sabotage creates. Thank you for joining today's exploration of self-sabotage. If you found this video helpful, check out our next video on strategies for personal growth.